Hello everybody, I'm Erik Goodge, Certified Financial Planner and the owner of UVest Advisory. And I have with me...
I'm Bianca Garcia with Shepherd Insurance, your multi-state, multi-line licensed insurance agent.
Awesome. Well, today Bianca and I are going to be talking about life insurance. We're going to be talking about what is life insurance even for, what kinds of life insurance are out there, and how much life insurance do you really need. You know, when I talk to my clients about life insurance, I generally tell them that it is there to support their spouses in the event that they pass away and their income is no longer there. It's also there to take care of final medical expenses and final debts. So really what you're covering there is your working years, your salary, the things your spouse would no longer have if you were no longer around.
Correct. So what we like to think about is you being your most important asset to your family. So your money, that's coming in, all the investments that are coming in from you, if that stops suddenly, we want to make it so your family doesn't have to make any of those immediate life-changing decisions on top of a loss that's this big as a partner. And that's something that we start with. It's like, how long do we want to make sure that they don't have to make those big decisions?
And so really there's two broad types of life insurance.
Right.
You have term insurance and you
Right.
have permanent insurance. Mm-hmm. And term insurance is just what it sounds like. It covers a period of years, a term, a fixed period of years at a certain amount. So right. If you buy a $500,000 30-year term policy, if you die within that 30-year period, it pays out $500,000. If you're in your 30s, for example, like we are, then a 30 to 35-year term policy is going to cover those working years. Right. And if that's what you want to insure, then that's probably adequate.
Yes, no, absolutely. If you're in your 30s, I generally start off with a 30 or 35-year term. Unfortunately, a lot of us are working till 65 or over, so unless you're working with Erik, so go ahead and get that started. Yeah. But what we try to do is just think about the most opportunity for the least amount of money is term, and then if you are looking to just protect your family, term is the best fiscal way to do that.
It's certainly the most efficient because you don't have that life insurance in place forever. It's not right. Permanent insurance. It's just to cover those working years right. when that salary or that income that you're making is most critical and when your debts are probably the highest.
Right.
So then that leads us to the final point. Well, okay, that's great. Term insurance is most efficient. How much term insurance do I need? And right. The first thing you need to check is you need to contact HR or look in your employment documents and yes. see how much your employer is already offering you, because oftentimes it's not unusual to see an employer offering $50,000 right. Of insurance coverage, term insurance coverage for you. So if that is in there, that you need to make note of that because that's going to bring down how much insurance you need. But really, what you're talking about is how many years of income do I want to support my spouse with? A 5-year minimum is a kind of a rule of thumb. It doesn't yes. have to be any certain amount, but that's just one way to think about it. You might have a mortgage, so paying off that mortgage, and if you want to send your kids to college, these are things that you want to consider when asking yourself, how much life insurance do I really need?
Those are the three main things that we talk about with the client when we go over their sheet. We also look at their debts and things like that to make sure that we're covering all of those amounts, because sometimes you have things that you are, investing in that you want to cover as well. So we want to make sure that everybody's taken care of. No major decisions need to be made especially within that first year after a major loss like that. But we try to just make sure that everybody's aware of all of their financial future aspects of what insurance can replace. And it's the cheapest way to do it is a term policy, and so that's why we can start there and we can move up, however which way you need to, depending on your life changes.
Broadly speaking, most people have between $500,000 and $2 million yes. of term insurance, depending on how much money they are making. Again, I'm Erik Goodge, Certified Financial Planner, owner of UVest Advisory, and
I'm Bianca Garcia, Shepherd Insurance, Evansville, Indiana.
Thanks, guys.